ladies and gentlemen. It's the International Championship Wrestling Report. I'm going to hit you up with the details in a minute. I ask everybody to please share the link everywhere you can. I don't have the time to do it like I usually would, or that's what I'd be doing right now, but I'm going to drop it right now in Skype so everybody knows where we're at right now. What's going on, Dominator? Alright. Give it a minute. Let everybody funnel in. So I'm gonna make this quick and clear here so everybody knows what's what. First of all, let me go over here to these tag teams. As you see, we got Alternative Lifestyle, American Made. That's not necessarily a tag team because it was all part of so I gotta get rid of that. That was all part of the pay-per-view. You got Baltimore Spineless, and this doesn't need to be here, so we're gonna get rid of that one. I mean, you got Bullet and Blade here, you got Crown Royalty, Iranian Revolution, Ku Klux Klans, Midnight Freebirds, Purity Express. These guys don't need to be here either, in the Suffering as well as War. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tag teams. Technically 10 with a stable being Crown Royalty. So here's what I wanted to let everybody know is going to be happening. The plan is to make it happen tonight, so you guys know the plan is tonight to make this happen. We're going to split the roster up onto 2 shows, if you will. Each show is going to have their own belts and their own storylines. This way characters don't get buried in the mix, and that's been happening a little too much for my liking. I want people who take the time to be here to have the opportunity to be involved. So I've been talking it over with Ed. I spoke it over with DOA. Spoke it over with James Sargent, a couple other people. And I'm basically just going with majority rules and majority thought to what we should do. So the 2 shows are being split up. One show is going to be referred to as Warzone. The other show is going to be referred to as Storm. But either way, it's still going to be ICW, International Championship Wrestling. So don't worry about it so much. There's the 2 logos. The roster sizes are just set up just so I could create the 2 shows. So I'm going to go here and I'll show you guys what it looks like here. You know, so that's what we're having it set up. I'm still keeping the matchup screen, transition design, replay screen, and the etc. design the same on both shows because it's the same company. I don't want this Raw SmackDown type feel kind of thing. We're just one company doing 2 shows, and guys just happen to appear on one show and not the other. So I went with the Vehicle 2 show load screen simply because they're firing a rocket in the air, and it's kind of fucking Warzone. So that's how we did that one. Now I'll show you guys Storm, so you get an idea what the loading screen on Storm's going to look. And then I'm going to bring you all the draft rules and details because it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Then I'm going to show you the belts for both shows. Same thing. You just have the Storm logos, and then, of course, you have Sky 9, which shows a thunderstorm. How perfectly fitting for the show. So, yeah, no big deal. And then, like I said, we're going to get the rosters put together. The plan is today. Ed just happened to leave through the grocery store. He's going to be contacting me when he gets back, making sure he has the rosters complete in front of him so we can do the draft. He's not sure if he's going to be able to get his hands quote unquote on the computer per se, so he's going to just do it through the chat room. So as you guys see the chat room on the right side of your screen, he'll be in there joining us. I'll be like, alright Ed, your pick, and Ed's going to make the pick. And Ed's pretty much going to help me with storylines and angles on Storm. That'll be the show he's picking for. Alright, now I'm going to show you guys the titles for each show that we have decided that are going to be the belts. They're not 100% complete. I still got to edit them a little bit. This will be the main title for Warzone. It'll be your ICW World Heavyweight Championship. I was thinking about adding World to it, and moving the heavyweight down and putting World over top of it, or putting World above it, but at the same time, it doesn't need to say World, so I'm happy with it just the way it is after I thought about it, and there's no need to mess with it. It's fine. So that is your ICW World Heavyweight Champion. That title will be on Warzone. Now, what's the same thing as a world? A globe. So the Global Championship will be the main title on Storm. And ladies and gentlemen, here is that title. This is your ICW Global Championship. So whoever's the top dog on Storm, this is your title. This is the belt you're going to be holding. So we went with the bluish green on this as well, because it's very similar to the ICW look, where we went with the blues and the greens, and this is kind of blending them together. So I think it's a gorgeous title, and yes, it reminds some people of other belts, but that is your Global Championship title for ICW Storm. Now, the World Tag Team titles will be on Warzone, which will be right here. Same titles we've been using. Thinking about changing the side straps, I really don't know. I've been really actually considering changing this title altogether the more I look at it, because it really looks more cartoony than anything. But at the same time, I do love it. It's a gorgeous belt, and that's just me never being happy with something. So, you know, please forgive me on that one. But that is the World Tag Team titles for a Warzone. Now we're going to have Global Tag Team titles for Storm, and they are right here for now. We may change these belts. I'm not sure yet. Just going to see what kind of feedback we get. But there's your Global Tag Team Champions. And as you see, it covers all the globes on the straps. And so, it's pretty sweet. Some people should be familiar with this belt. I know I am. So, alright. Moving on. Your secondary title. We don't know which one's which because of where the guys get drafted. One's going to have this title, which is the United States Championship, which some of you already knew this. This title will be taking place on one of the two shows as the secondary title. Much like if you watch WWE, the Intercontinental Championship, this would be the second title. And it all depends, like I said, who goes where and whatever. So chances are we're going to put this title on Warzone. That's the plan right now, so I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. My point was I don't know who holds it. So if I worded that completely wrong, my apologies. This belt's going to Warzone, but we don't know who's going to hold it. Now I'll show you the international title. And the international title... Phone out by mistake. The international title is going to Storm, and again, we don't know who's going to hold it, and here's why. Bruiser Who and Dallas Spivey currently hold the Southern and Texas titles. If Bruiser Who gets drafted to say Warzone, he'll become the United States champion, and Dallas Spivey by default will automatically go to Storm and be crowned the international champion. If Dallas Spivey were to be drafted by Warzone, he becomes the United States champion, and Bruiser Who then would go to Storm and become the international champion. You know, or Storm could draft one of the other, meaning the other one moves over to Warzone and takes over the other title, because they're the same value, just on different shows. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I'm pretty sure you guys know what I mean. So that's that. Now we're going to have the third tier title, which is going to be this one right here for Warzone. It is going to be the Television Championship on Warzone. So you're going to have the World title, the World Tag titles, the United States title, and the TV title on Warzone. Yeah, I will, Alex. No doubt about that. I'm hoping to get to it tonight, but I doubt it. So the television title will be on Warzone. And since we do all this right here on the internet, the Internet Championship right here will be the third tier title for Storm. So it'll be the World and Global on the same level. World Tag, Global Tag, same level. US title, International title on the same level. And then you've got the TV title and the Internet title on the same level. So yeah. Thoughts on that title? Gotta fix this a little bit. Yeah, I was that picky just for that little bit. Yes, I was. Kill me. Well, that is your Internet Championship. Now, I want to touch base on this. Kyle Young, Brandon Ace, and Michael Carter all qualified for what was going to be the Money in the Bank. Now, the Money in the Bank currently may or may not exist. I need to make a decision on that, and I'm not going to lie, I've yet to do so. Here's the issue. If you go into universe mode, and I'll show you guys what I'm saying, I should be able to do the Money in the Bank briefcase. I actually have not gone in here and looked at it, so I'm going to just do this right now. We'll just take Storm since there's less traffic. Okay, right here you got the global title. This right here is going to be the international title. Then you've got the internet title, and then you're going to have the global tag titles. Now you got room for two more things. One, and this is the plan, once we build the women's division even more, I want to have a women's division on each brand, if you will, each show. I really don't want to call them brands, that's just stupid because we're still the same company. So on each show they'll have their own women's division. So we'll have a slot for it. Now, here is where the briefcase can go. But now, like I said, here's where the problem lies. Say Storm drafts Kyle Young, but Warzone drafts Michael Carter. That becomes a conflict of interest kind of sort of thing. I don't even know if that's the right choice of words, because one guy will be on one show and the other guy's going to be on the other show. Now, I'll tell you what I'm planning on doing with Warzone. Say I land all of them. Brandon Ace, Michael Carter, and Kyle Young. I may not do the briefcase because I want to go old school. Where I'm not the biggest fan of the Money in the Bank thing, but I also like the concept that we get to use it. So my idea is going to either A, keep the briefcase, or B, those guys are going to do battle for the television championship. That's be what they do. Now, that sounds like a big shitty end of the stick, considering winning a briefcase means a shot at the world title. So that's why I said I really gotta analyze it. I don't want to screw nobody over, and that's why I just might keep the briefcase for Warzone or Storm, depending on where it goes. And each show might end up having their own briefcase. That's the other thing. And I want to mention this. The TV title will be defended on every single Warzone episode. And the internet title will be defended on every single Storm episode. The goal is to do a Storm show every week and a Warzone show every week. I can't set exact days. That's what sucks. It can't be called Sunday Night Storm because I don't think I can do it every Sunday. It can't be called Monday Night Warzone because I don't think I can do it every Monday night. I got to do it when I can do it. But the goal will be to do one of each show. What's going on, Kyle? So that's the plan. You know, so I showed you guys the belts, explained to you how it's going to work. Now, we have one stable. I do need to touch on the stable. We have one stable. It's Feck, King Dominator, KO King, Royal Powerhouse. Ed and I have agreed if one of us draft any one of those four guys to their show, you get the whole stable. So let's just say Ed's very first pick, he takes Feck. Ed now automatically has four guys right away. Then when I get to pick, I then get to pick the next four selections. The next four selections become mine. Just to tie it up. So let's just say Ed and I have each picked 6 times, and we've not taken one member from Crown Royalty, but then I take one of them with pick 7. I get all of them. So now I'll have my 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th pick. Ed then will then have the opportunity to make 4 selections to even up the total count. I think that's self-explanatory. I think you guys get it. Also, I want to mention this. Butcher Bloodlust is currently the world heavyweight champion. He will be in the draft. If Storm selects him, he will immediately go to Storm, and then he will immediately go right here and become the global champion. He'll immediately be going here and become the global champion by default, because it's their top champion. Much like right here will be the U.S. or international title. And like I said, that'll either be Bruiser Who or Dallas Spivey. They will get the title by default. Internet title obviously is going to be vacant. So I just wanted to point that out. Now, this title right here, the women's title. I'm probably going to duplicate the belt so it can be defended on both shows, because the women's division is the only thing in the company that will be on both shows until the women's division grows. Because right now I think we only got like 10. What's going on, Chris? So that's how it's going to be. But like I said, right now these are just set like that because I was just changed the belts off of here. But Bruiser Who could end up having this title, and Dallas could end up having that title. So, and then right here, the same thing with Purity Express. They're currently the ICW World Tag Team Champions. If they get drafted to Storm, they will then automatically become the Global Tag Team Champions. Oh, I got your message, Kyle. I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do. What I want to do is find as many new people as possible to come in. So if you know people, that'd be even better, brother. Because I want to get more people involved on the show. That's not a problem, Chris. You just have to let me know how. I can do it right now while I'm talking to you. Oh, I'm letting you know right now, brother. If you know people, yeah. I want to get more people involved here. I'm going to go to community creation so I can help out Mr. Christopher Hovis. What am I looking for, Mr. Hovis? I only got 5 or 20 left, but hey, what are you going to do? Alright. On the women's draft, like I said, we'll probably end up doing it separate. We got Dust Killer 30. Alright. Whoa. Okay. Now, what am I looking for? I'm aware. I saw a Powerhouse. I was going to give you a call actually after I did this show. I saw your post as well. None of these. Christopher Hovis is, what the hell? Me. Yeah, I don't know. Like, which guy is you? I have no idea. This guy's wearing a Viking shirt. What in the world? Joshua Switch. As we got Zane the Monster Vortex, DX Woman, Daniel Donahue, Dan the Man. Okay. Shockwave, Brandon Styles, Prince McCow, Joshua Switch, Mr. Okay, that's not original at all. The Freak, and the Old White Twing. What the hell? The Old White Twing. I was like, what I saw the other day, I forget the guy's first name, but they called his wrestler something, and his last name was Seafood. What? Just waiting on Mr. Hovis to let me know. Dust Killer 30. What the hell is that? What is an old white twig? What the hell is this? Who's DJ Weatherman? Which one of these guys did you create? I don't want to take somebody else's character. So I'm trying to figure out who you made. That guy has Mario on his outfit. What the hell's going on? These things are very awkward. Brendan Stiles is covered in American flag. What in the hell is going on with these characters? Tell you what, Chris, if you let me know what you want to look like, I'll make you one. Make it a lot nicer. Because I'm so goddamn picky, it's unreal. But, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if Ed gets back from the grocery store in time this evening, him and I are going to go live. Well, I'll go live here. He's probably going to join us in the chat room, like I said, and we're going to go live. And we're going to start picking guys for each show. And we're going to see where everybody ends up. So Ed and I are probably going to do a little coin toss, if you will. And whoever wins the coin toss is going to have two choices. Do they want first pick or the next two picks? That's pretty much how it's going to work. So, that being said, if you have any questions at all, hit me up on Skype, Twitter, Facebook. If you know my number, you can call me. And I'll answer your questions as fast as I can. But for now, I'm going to sign off on here. Just do me a load of laundry. And wait for his call and see if we can actually get to the draft today. Because if we can't, I'm going to see if I can do it tomorrow. You know, but I can't do an ICW show, an actual in-ring match anymore till we break up the roster. That's the plan. And like Alex asked me earlier, I will be updating the ICW website. Okay. It'll still be on Weebly. I don't know exactly what's going to be the full URL, but we'll get it up. I'll change the bottom. So you guys know I'm probably also going to change the bar on the bottom to green or blue to fit the ICW logo. So and on that site, you're going to have both rosters, both shows, and all the information needed. So until I see is on here for the draft, stay tuned. Be aware that's happening. I'm out of here. Later.